Hello everyone, Priscilla here. I'm from the Pacific Northwest Zone 8B. Summer is finally here. It usually comes around later, usually after the 4th of July, and so it's time to trim back the herbs. As you can see, they're all full and bushy. They're kind of getting out of control, and they are about to set flower and go to seed. So you can let them go to flower and seed if you like. However, I'm going to cut back my lemon balm as well as my oregano, and I'll be drying some of those herbs. That's because when they do flower and go to seed, they spread like wildfire, and they will propagate all over your garden. And that happened once with me, with one of my lemon balm plants, and I was pulling lemon balm seedlings all over like weeds. So what I'll be doing is only pruning them about 1/3 of the plant. Try not to prune them more than that, or don't prune them more than that, at least only 1/3, because if you do, you can stress out the plant and it won't produce any more foliage for you. So instead, it might go to flower again. So I'm going to prune it so that way it will produce more leaves for me that I can use throughout the year for cooking, and also for drying. So the oregano is actually about to bloom. Actually, I think it is already blooming, but I'll go ahead and save the trimmings and I can dry those indoors, as well as some of the lemon balm. I'm going to let my lavender flower because the bumblebees and honeybees love it, and I usually just let them flower anyway, so that's fine. So let me go show you a closer look. So let's get closer to the herbs here, and I'll show you how I'll be trimming them. It's a little bright out here, so I'm just going to show you how the bushes are looking. So the first one here is sage. So that one's doing okay, and there are some newer foliage on top. So the newer leaves are usually are going to have more essential oil, so it'll give you better flavor. And the next one there is rosemary. Lavender I'm leaving as is. Oregano, it's pretty much spreading out throughout the place, blocking the walkway, as well as this lemon balm. And then down there, another lavender. Let's see, more oregano and lemon balm. So I'll be trimming those back, and then we'll give you a closer look after we're done. So I'll be cutting it about right here. So the plant itself is about, I think, a little bit over 3 feet. So I'm only cutting about 1/3 of the plant. So we'll top it off right there. There are a lot of flower buds in this one. See that? It's just right about to bloom. Next is the lemon balm. Oh, there's lots of flower buds in this one here. I'll show you. If you look closely, in between the leaves, there are some flower buds that's about to sprout. See, and all those will produce all those seeds. So, good idea to trim back your lemon balm. It is part of the mint family, so it propagates very prolifically. That's much better. I can see the pathway again. So I trimmed 2 oregano plants and 2 lemon balms. This is the lemon balm here. It was almost, I think, 3.5 feet tall, so it's about 2.5 feet tall now. So about 1/3 of the plant was trimmed. One last thing, I always mention this when I make videos about herbs. So the best time to dry them and harvest them is right before they blossom. During this stage, the plants or its leaves will contain the most essential oils, which will give its leaves its flavor and aroma. Now I've got a whole bunch of herbs that I can hang dry indoors. Smells so wonderful. Got some oregano and lemon balm in here. Now if you haven't grown lemon balm yet, I think it's a great herb to add to your herb or vegetable garden. It repels mosquitoes because of the strong citrus scent. We haven't had any mosquito problems in our vegetable garden, except in our front, in our flower bed. There's still some mosquitoes there, but back here I don't really or I haven't had any experience with mosquitoes in a long time. We have 2 big bushes and then a couple younger ones on the side of the garden, so I think it really does work, and the whole garden smells wonderful. So anyways, I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and if you haven't trimmed back your herb, do it right away. Try to do it sometime this summer. Don't wait till fall. If you wait till fall time, the tender leaves that the herbs will produce will be killed by the frost. So you always want to wait to trim it again the next season. So don't trim it during or before fall, and do it in spring and sometime again in the summer. Oh, and one last thing, when you're drying your herbs, keep them away from direct light or sunlight, somewhere in a dark, dry, and cool place. And hang dry them, don't microwave, or dry them in the oven or in a dehydrator. That way it'll keep, or they'll keep their beneficial constituents. Well, I hope that you guys found this tip helpful and enjoyed the video as well. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a nice weekend, and happy gardening.